Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Rental Regrets. As always, I am your host, Victor Nub, and today we are looking at Tazmania, developed by Visual Concepts, published by Sunsoft, and released in the United States in May of 1993. Now, it is important to note that this is a dramatically different game from the Sega Genesis version of the game that was developed and published by different studios, Recreational Brainwave and Sega, respectively, in terms of developer and publisher, and it actually released a year earlier in July of 1992. Tazmania was among the group of animated shows that aired in the early to mid 1990s that were based around Warner's catalog of Looney Tunes characters, including Tiny Toon Adventures, its spin-off series The Plucky Duck Show, and the Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries. The show centered around Taz and his homeland Tazmania and the various adventures involving him and his expanded family and friends. Taz was made noticeably softer and more likable than his original Looney Tunes incarnation for the show, caring for a pet turtle and working as a bellhop at the Hotel Tazmania. In typical for the time Warner Brothers fashion, several of the side characters on the show were thinly veiled impersonations of various actors and musicians from long before the show's target audience was even alive. Taz's father, Hugh, was meant to be a parody of Bing Crosby, including a bizarre obsession with orange juice, and it turns out that was supposed to be a reference to Bing Crosby's history of pitching orange juice as some kind of ad person. Taz's Uncle Drew is a parody of Bob Hope, including his love for golf. Wendell T. Wolfe is a loose parody of Woody Allen, although mostly in voice and not necessarily in animation or mannerisms. Francis X. Bushlad's name is a reference to the silent film actor Francis X. Bushman. Chief Felton is a parody of Jim Backus of Gilligan's Island fame. And Bull, Gator, and Axl are parodies of Laurel and Hardy. The show ran from 1991 to 1995, and despite the limited scope of the show, it actually outlasted the far more fondly remembered Tiny Toon Adventures by 3 years. Tiny Toon Adventures only aired new episodes from 1990 to 1992, when production was halted in favor of the far more divisive series Animaniacs. And I do happen to be one of those individuals that looks back at Animaniacs as the peak of Warner Brothers being way too far up its own ass. Other WB animation shows of the time were far less self-congratulatory by comparison. I remember watching Tazmania for certain, but I don't think I could tell you a single thing about the show. The characters, the plot, almost none of it. Just, I'd have to watch a couple episodes to refresh my memory on what exactly the show was like. The one lasting memory that I have of the show was his father, Hugh's obsession with orange juice. And for some reason, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, I remember he liked it mixed with sawdust. I guess he really liked the pulpiness of orange juice and he thickened it? Maybe it was a single joke, maybe it wasn't a constant thing that he liked, but that pops in my memory often when I think of this show is that, one, his dad loved orange juice, and like every other time he talked to Taz, it had something to do with orange juice, but also that he really enjoyed putting like wood pulp in it to try to thicken it up. It's been forever since I saw an episode, so maybe I'm remembering it incorrectly, but we're here to play the game today, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, as I mentioned, the way that this game plays is pretty dramatically different from the one that was released in the Sega Genesis. That game is a side-scrolling platformer. This one plays very heavily into the Super Nintendo's Mode 7 functionality, because you always move into the foreground or background. And the objective here is pretty simplified. Taz is hungry, and the only thing that will satisfy him is kiwis. So he has to chase down kiwis and eat them. Now, early in the game, they do tend to be very easy to catch and eat, but as you get later into the game, they start getting a lot smarter. They'll actually dodge you, they'll speed up when they see you coming, and occasionally you'll hear a little braking sound, you know, the old Looney Tunes style of characters slowing down or stopping when you would hear like a tire brake sound. They'll actually make that sound and then turn around and you'll actually be forced to run towards the camera in order to catch them. I do think if you don't eat every kiwi as they appear, new ones won't spawn, but it's been a long time since I've played the game, so I don't remember exactly if that's the case. If you are in a hurry to catch up to one that has gotten away from you, you do have the ability to spin just like Taz normally does. I think you do it by hitting X. Yeah, there we go. The problem is it does not smash through other objects, so you're not going to manage to hit that bus and tank the hit as, you know, the actual whirling dervish. I think it breaks some objects, but definitely not big ones. Oh. So you're not going to break down a telephone pole or a car. Many of the characters that you'll see here are actually from the TV show. For whatever reason, I remembered the one on Sega Genesis also being, well, not being based on the TV show, but it turns out it was. In fact, probably more recognizably from the TV show. All right, got him. Starting to get annoyed. Second level, and I'm already struggling. I think you can eat that as points. The birds don't count towards your total. You don't have to eat those, but they do help you recover your spin meter. And I think, well, the blue ones give you points. The red ones add to your spin meter, and I think that's the only way you can recover it. Oh, whoa! It's a novel design. Is it the easiest in the world to control? No, not really. Now, if you got time to grandstand, if you stand still and hit the left and right shoulder buttons, there are a couple of animated, like, taunts that he can do. We'll probably do that at the beginning of the next level, because I want to try to finish this one in time. Alright. And I think there's at least one bird type that will give you more time. Oh, no, it's an item that... whatever that guy's name is. I can't remember all the character names. There was a dingo character, and I think that's who that's supposed to be, and I just don't remember their names. Didgeridingo? Was that his name? It was Didgeridingo, right? Whoa! Alright, we gotta be getting close to him. There he is. Ah, oh! He deeked! Got him. I also remember that the rest of Taz's family talked like normal cartoon characters that had the ability to speak like human beings. And Taz was the only one that seemed to sputter sentence fragments out and stammer a lot. You know that? Which is an interesting choice. Apparently he could talk to the camera just fine, because apparently that was another big thing about Warner Brothers, is all the characters could break the fourth wall and talk directly to the audience. Gotcha. Oh yeah, so here are the taunts. And that one. Uh-oh. Yeah, if you stand still too long, stuff will actually come from the background towards you. Gotcha. More food? I don't think if you run out of the meter, you die. I think the only way to lose in this game is to let the time expire without catching all the kiwi that you need. And the number does gradually go up over time, the number that you have to catch. And the length of time you have to catch them, I think, also goes down, but I might be wrong about that. Ow! Oh! Alright, come on. So we need to catch back up to... Oh. Now, if you aren't careful, you can overshoot these guys. There we go. Oh. Gotcha. I remember loving this game. Do I think it's... Yeah, see, he's starting to get a little wise to what I'm doing because he's speeding up to get away from me. Got him! Oh, got two of them in a couple seconds. So, and this is a common refrain that I'll have for rental regrets. Often, the games that I had an appreciation for that rarely anyone else would have had an appreciation for were usually due to the fact that they were the only ones available on a Friday or Saturday when you would go into the rental store and try to pick something up. And if you got there way too late, everyone would have already picked through all the ones that everyone wanted. I got one of them. All right, so this is a bonus level. You don't actually have to eat any particular number of them, because the more you get is going to affect your score, obviously. I wouldn't even worry about trying to catch the ones that fall behind. Just keep moving. Oh! Oh, scored 2 of them there. I would love to hear an explanation for why kiwi was the choice of, or the food of choice for Taz. I don't remember it being that big a thing from the show, but you would assume from this that he just absolutely loved the taste of these little birds. Gotcha. What did I get? About 15? You can count the number that jump out of his mouth if you're, you can slow it down, and that will be an accurate count. 14. That was close. In fact, when I was concepting Rental Regrets, what exactly I wanted to do with this particular series, this is one of those games that was top of mind. One of those, there were tons of games that I rented, and there were a lot of bad ones, and a couple that maybe no one ever thought to look at or play that I would want to show because they were genuinely interesting or fun games that I thought people would want to take a second look at if they got to look at it in, you know, a video format. And this is absolutely one of them. Now we're going to keep going. Try to catch... Oh, look at that! He jumped me. All right, so we're going to start running into... Water traps. Get over the damn water trap, you idiot. Another one? Oh, boy. I need to catch up! I think I may have overshot him. I did. Oh, 2 of them. Oh, got one! Alright, we have 3 minutes to catch 5 of them. That should be enough time to get it. Again, the longer you play, the harder things start to get, more garbage starts coming towards you! And the kiwis start getting a little more cagey. It says, I found out while I was reading the article, that particular character, and I don't know what his name is, he's kind of a yuppie-style character, and apparently, whether it was audience reaction or the studio itself, someone really disliked that character and actually went out of their way to remove him from the lineup of characters that Taz interacted with, to the point where they said that he became a quote-unquote producer on the show, which is why he didn't appear in episodes on a regular basis. Again, a lot of fourth wall breaking at that time. Which is an interesting idea. And I don't know if it predates or was around the same time as, say, The Simpsons when they did that episode with Poochie. Maybe a year or 2 before. Boy, they are starting to get hard to catch. Oh, got him. And got a bird. Oh! I guess technically kiwis are birds, so... Oh! But look at them. They're getting so... Oh, come on. I had the road. There was plenty of clearance. Again, absolutely not an expert playthrough by any sense of the word. Oh, caught him! Ooh, that was a nice, clean break there. All right, we need one more, and there he is. Gotcha. And I got it 2 times. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's if you catch them while they're running towards you, you get double. Or maybe there were 2 there at the same time and I ate both of them. But I thought I've done that before and didn't see the 2 times. Not sure. Again, there is no dramatic departure in the gameplay from what we're doing here. It's literally the same every single level. You just chase after kiwis and try to eat them. And try not to get run over or fall in water. To their credit, the games that were licensed by Warner Brothers did tend to have some interesting and unique mechanics. Maybe not every single one of them, but I think there were plenty that would be worth a look back at because they were not the same cookie-cutter side-scrolling action game. Boy, I'm really struggling here. Oh! Oh! Come on. Oh, It'd be cool if you got a bonus for catching one while it jumped. I don't think that'll ever happen. I ate one of them. Alright, keep moving. Oh. Gotcha! Dynamite! Oh! I think animation-wise, there was also a pretty dramatic difference in Taz's design in, like, the original Looney Tunes cartoons and the TV show. I think he was made a little bit less husky. Like, his body was very thick all the way through in the original animation, and here it was, or in the cartoon, it was made a little bit more thin down on the bottom. Also, he always had a very prominent eyebrow, but I think they made his eyes a little bit more large in the TV show. Again, I could go chasing after the one that ran backwards, but as hard as it is to avoid stuff that's coming towards me... Oh, no. No, no, no. As hard as it is to avoid stuff coming towards me, it's even harder to avoid stuff that you're approaching in the foreground, because there really is no way to avoid that stuff. You just gotta be lucky. Oh! Oh. Oh, there's two up ahead. Go get him. Got him! Yeah, they don't seem to count it. If you let the pterodactyl grab you, which I did not there, he'll actually drag you backwards. Damn it! And the kiwi braked there. Oh, we need one. We have a minute to catch one. Got him! All right. It's interesting. You'll only catch a handful of characters in this game. And there was, I don't know, like 5, 6 members of his family on the TV show. His mom and dad. He had a sister, a younger sibling. I can't remember if it was male or female. And an uncle. You don't see any of them on here. Oh, ow! We're off to a bad start. All right, get up to speed. Nope. Whoa. Whoa. Come on, get that kiwi. Oh! Get some food in his tummy. Got the food? Come on. All right, there he is. Go, 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 go. Got him! All right. Oh, no, you don't. I said, no, you don't! Stop it! Are there pterodactyls in Tazmania to begin with? Oh, there we go. I always had an obsession with waiting for the ones that would get behind me but still running into the background. And it probably wasn't worth it because you were missing out on all the other ones that would appear further down the road. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, he braked on me. All right, just keep going. Ah! There is just not enough response time for that one. I also have the vaguest recollection of the theme song for the show being pretty good, not great. Also, and this is something that, I looked up to see if maybe there were any hidden gems in the voice casting. Not a lot of shocks in the casting there. You had your Rob Paulsons, your Maurice LaMarche, Jim Cummings did tons of characters on this show. So nothing terribly surprising there. The one that I thought kind of stuck out to me was the sister character, whose name is escaping me, was played by Kelly Martin. Now, Kelly Martin's probably not a big name that a lot of people recognize, but as a longtime fan of ER, she portrayed the character Lucy Knight, who was in the show for 2 seasons and rather famously died as a victim of a schizophrenic patient who basically snapped and murdered her and then tried to murder Noah Wiley's character, John Carter, during season 6? 5 or 6? Big turning point for the character. Obviously, the one that died, a huge turning point because she didn't come back. But then John Carter would end up becoming addicted to fentanyl while he was dealing with the trauma of basically sending his former intern, and I think at that point she had become a full-fledged resident at that point, or whatever, attending, whatever the term is for the ones that aren't like full salary. And he was basically pushing her to do a better job taking care of one particular character, and I think it was this psychopath character, or not psychopath, but schizophrenic character. And he dealt with a lot of regret and remorse after that, and ended up becoming addicted to fentanyl before it became the hot pill-based drug that everyone is so enamored with on the streets anymore. I have no idea what the hell I'm trying to catch. Are those mice? They are mice. Little tiny mice. I have not caught a single one. They're all running away. There we go. There. All right, 2. Maybe I should just stand still. They're not doing a terribly good job of like evading me. They're just kind of running left to right. Owie! All right, get up. Oh, I knew I was coming. I still botched. This was probably not the greatest idea for... Oh, man. Eat the red bird! Hey, he's not coming back. Oh, well. Yeah, watched that show for a long time. Once all the core cast that started the show had left, I kind of lost interest because it was like... what brought people into watching the show wasn't necessarily all these side people that came in later seasons. It was the core cast. I cannot imagine the hit to ratings they took when George Clooney left. Ow! Obviously, Tazmania is based on the very real... I don't know if it's a province or country of Tazmania. I wonder if it is as desolate and rocky as they portray it, kind of like in the game here. And I remember the show also having a very pronounced orange or like yellow hue to the sky at all times, which would typically denote like a very arid or sunny area. Oh, come on. Again, they give you the option to use the whirling dervish move, but man, it really doesn't help you any. Gotcha. All right, what do you got? Give me something good. No, I said something good. Get away. And like any good stick of dynamite, it magically blows up the second you touch it. Oh! Uh-oh. No! Get away from me. Oh boy, they are starting to throw all the dumb crap at you. Oh! Oh, okay, so you do die if you get hit. Or if you lose all your yellow, rather. Alright. I thought it was literally just tied to your spin. Your whirling dervish, whatever you want to call it. Interesting. And this may be the breaker level then, because it is damn near impossible to get any momentum. I keep getting hit or snagged or... Oh, come on! He came over a hill. How was I supposed to avoid that? Come on. Ow! Ow! Ah, damn. That one's as simple as just spinning and it flings them off. So you gotta eat all the birds you can at this point in the game because it's really starting to get difficult to catch the ones you need to eat. The blue ones seem to be very much attracted to me. And the red ones just kind of hover around for a second, then buzz off very quickly. No, stop it. Leave me alone. Gotcha. Alright, we got one, finally. Took a minute and 20 seconds before I... Alright, we're fine. I don't think the pterodactyl grabs you unless you jump. Which was very dumb of me to do. Right when he was there. Oh, damn it. The good news is the kiwis do tend to give you a ton of health when you eat them. I think more than anything else. The red birds give you a nice chunk, but the kiwis are the ones that'll really load you back up if you're low on health. Oh, God. I think this is going to be my stopping point. It's getting real difficult to catch these damn kiwi. And I don't know if there actually is an end to the game. I certainly never saw it, if there is. Come on. Ah, taunting me. I have no idea where he went. There he is. Damn it. Oh, well, I thought I grabbed it, and then I didn't. I don't remember what that... I don't remember what the springy shoes do. I don't know if they move you faster or they make it easier to catch these things. I don't think they do. Doesn't make any damn sense. Get off. Oh, come on! I have caught exactly one damn kiwi in 2.5 minutes or whatever it's been. Got one! Hey! Alright, got two! We're on a roll. Now give me some more red birds to eat. Oh, or that. Yeah, there you go. 30 seconds. I'll take that. The game... I was going to say, the game's showing a little compassion, then I got run over. Gotcha. Okay, so they only give you 10 seconds. I thought the... I was moving like a mile an hour and that flattened them. Get off. Oh! Come on, go! Got him. All right, 4 down. Or 4 to go, rather. Oh, damn it. get hit by a car going over the hill there. Whoa. I don't think there's a way to actually, like, stop or get rid of the mud by spinning or anything. Oh! Certainly not by jumping. Oh, we got 1 minute and 30 to catch 3. So, just to test the theory, I'm going to try to spin through this when it... Ah, it worked! Alright, there you go. So yes, you can avoid certain human characters. Or, not human characters, but certain side characters by just spinning into them. Including, and I think that one that keeps jumping on me is Wendell T. Wolf. Got him! Alright, 2 down. Or 2 to go. Oof! I guess this would be in line with the common issue with video games where you're not really ever meant to beat them, which is when you get to the 3rd level, that's when the difficulty just spikes like crazy. We're not technically in the 3rd level, we're in the 3rd act, but this is still the 1st level of the 3rd act, I think. And it's taking a Herculean effort to get to the end of this one. Jesus! This would definitely go in the column of games that can be very difficult, but I'm still having fun playing it. And I don't know, man, there's certain games where a high difficulty can be a lot of fun, and certain levels... Oh, I need to get you off. There we go. Oh, there's one. There's one! Got him! Alright, I got 30 seconds to get last one. And I think we'll call it an episode after this. If I manage to beat it or lose, whatever. Oh, no! Oh, crap! Alright, go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. No! Oh, he's right there. Oh, so tantalizingly close! It was. I got some time back. 2 of them! Oh, oh, come on! He was right there! No! Damn it! Speed up! Speed up! Ah! It's over. I lost. Damn it! Okay, I think we'll stop there. There isn't a dramatic difference in what you see going further into the levels past this one. You basically are doing the same thing every single level. It does not change dramatically. Final thoughts on Tazmania, the Super Nintendo game. Now, I'll be honest, I've never played the Sega Genesis version of the game. I've just got some brief impressions of it. We might look at it in the future just to do a side-by-side comparison with this one to see which one is the de facto better one. But I played this one for certain, and I do have memories of it. I like that there is a unique gimmick to this that is different from the other Warner Brother games that you may have played that featured traditional Looney Tunes characters. So like Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, whatever that one was called, Desert Rampage, Roadrunner's Rampage, something like that. And the Bugs Bunny one, which we will also, both of those we'll take a look at some point, because I did rent both of them. This one, instead of just being a side-scrolling game where you maybe set up some traps to knock out a couple of traditional bad characters from Looney Tunes history, like Yosemite Sam or Elmer Fudd or whatever, your entire goal in this is to eat kiwis. And the kiwis will avoid you, or kiwi. I'm not sure if it's plural as kiwi or kiwis is the correct plural for the word. Your entire goal here is eat kiwi and proceed in the next level. And a lot of obstacles will pop up and, you know, try to slow you down or stop you while you're doing that. It's a simple concept, but I think the way that it's executed has some replayability to it. The levels don't play exactly the same. Objects that will come and hit you like buses or the Boar character whose name is escaping me. Those characters won't show up at exactly the same times in exactly the same places. The way that the kiwi avoid you and the tactics they use to kind of deke you out or evade you are interesting, and they get more creative as, you know, well, not more creative, but maybe more elusive as the levels proceed. They generally only do one of two tactics. Either they move side to side and jump. Well, okay, three. They move side to side and jump to avoid you. They will also occasionally speed up and run beyond your current speed to evade capture. And then occasionally they'll literally just hit the brakes and turn around and run the other way. Now, you can capture them when they do that going back towards the screen, but it is incredibly difficult to do. And I don't know if I've ever done that intentionally. It's just too much of a risk because you can't see what's coming from the foreground when you're running back towards the camera. The bonus levels are kind of filler. I mean, they don't really do anything to extend your playtime because I don't know if there are extra lives that you can earn. I think it's literally just the ones that they give you, and that's it. Again, a system of older times in video games. They have a scoring system in this game, but it's not good for anything because there's no way to track that score. You don't see a high score list when you die, or at least I wasn't paying attention to see if there was one up there. A weird system that probably needed to go away with the death of the arcades, because points really were only for those games that were designed for a coin-op experience where random people would come in and play the same game that you played. So if you had your high score on there and they were trying to get the high score, they'd have to beat you. And then maybe you come in the next week and your score's only number 2 now and you want to beat that one. Here, there was no saving that score between, you know, play sessions. If there was a game that had a score on it, they didn't put a battery backup in the cartridge just to save that, so that when you took it back to the rental store, which, by the way, they didn't make games exclusively to be rented. That just happened to be an outgrowth of the system. You know, someone didn't want to pay $40 or $50 for a game. Well, you go pay $5 and rent it and get your dollars value out of it, or your money's worth. And they didn't design them with the intent of them going straight to a rental store and being rented a dozen or more times by random people. So they didn't put a battery backup in there just to save the score. So when you would start a game that actually had a high score show up on the screen, those scores didn't carry over from the previous time you played it. They just reset to whatever the defaults were. So that was a very weird relic of the coin-op days that needed to go away. And again, I don't even think you see that in this game. So what is the point of the score in this game? It seems like it's just someone said, well, you got to put a score in there because people are going to try to get the highest score. Against what? So that was kind of silly. But again, as simple of a hook as this game has, which is literally eat kiwis and try not to die, it is fun because there's, you know, some tactics to it. There's, you know, the birds are sneaky. They try to get away from you. They try to avoid the capture. There's all kinds of obstacles to trip on and hit. You have to, eventually there's, you know, high bodies of water that you gotta, or deep bodies of water that you gotta jump over. So you actually get used to the jump button where, you know, by and large, you don't have to do much jumping in this game because the kiwi are all land-based birds. You could try to jump over buses and cars, or you could literally just step to the side of the road and avoid most of them. But yeah, there's a simple hook. The spinny, the whirling dervish thing, you don't really need it much in this game. I mean, there aren't enemies to kill necessarily. You can bump into a couple of things that you'll actually defeat or run off, but you don't use it that much. And you would think if you're playing a game with the Tazmanian Devil, wouldn't you want to have the option and frequent need to use his spinning? I don't know what it's called. I keep saying whirling dervish. I don't know if that's the actual technical name for it. But yeah, he has that ability, but it seems secondary to his primary ability, which is eat. And I think that may have been another outgrowth of the TV show, where it seems like his primary focus at all times was find food. I enjoy this game for what it is. And we've talked about this in previous episodes of not only Nub's Collection, but Rental Regrets. Sometimes a game doesn't have to be the most systems dense, complex game design of all time to still be fun. And for what this is, its use of the mode 7 of scalar effects, where you have the 2D plane that simulates 3D traversal. It's fun. This is a simple, fun game that, doesn't try to be too much. And it's not frustrating. I mean, even in the last levels where things were just being thrown at me nonstop and slowing my progress, I was having fun. I mean, I'm still in the middle of putting up episodes for my Star Tropics playthrough. And boy, let me tell you, that was not fun by comparison. There were a lot of frustrating, time-wasting traps in that game that were really pissing me off. Here, I mean, at worst, I was kind of getting annoyed when I was going over a couple of hills and there would be a car coming out of a blind spot going over a hill that would hit me. And a minor inconvenience. You're back up on your feet and moving usually within 2-3 seconds. So you can't even fault the game for throwing stuff at you to slow your progress, because honestly, they're not that hard to avoid. And even if you do get hit, it doesn't take long to recover. So yeah, my regret for this game is probably that I never just outright bought it. I know I rented it multiple times from the store. This is one of those games that I probably went back to, I won't say a dozen times, probably 7 or 8 times at the rental store. If there was nothing else available, this was one of those old standbys. I knew I was going to enjoy my time with the game. Yeah, was I bummed that I couldn't get, something that was a little bit more juicy or new? Absolutely. Like if, say, this was the only game in the store and maybe I wanted to check out Chrono Trigger's in stores now, and I can rent that until I have enough money to buy the game. And then, of course, find out that it's $75 in Walmart, and I'm not paying $75 for a game. It needs to come down in price. And, of course, it never came down in price, and eventually you couldn't find it anymore, and the price went dramatically higher for used copies, and boy, was that a mistake. But this game, absolutely, I enjoyed renting it, rented it multiple times, and I still had a fun time with it today. So yeah, my regret is I just didn't buy it. This is one of those ones that if I was looking for a quick, simple, fun game to play, this was always a good standby, something to go back to and have a good time playing. So yeah, if you've never played this one before, because I do know that the Sega Genesis version is typically the one that people think of first when they think of a Tazmania game. This one I think is worth taking a look at if you've never tried it before. It is a fun time. That's going to do it for this episode of Rental Regrets. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.